Hey, Coach Sean with you here today. Welcome to week 10 of the online kettlebell club, where the goal is to keep you strong, functional, and healthy so you can do the things you want with your body and your life. Today is going to be an awesome session. Make sure you have your water nearby. Make sure you listen to my cues. Take extra breaks if you need it. Pay attention to the demonstrations and do the best you can. Remember, your training's not done until you inform me in the group. Try to stay accountable to the group, to me, and to yourself. Okay? Starting phase 1 of our warm-up, joint mobility, in 3, 2, 1, right now. Standing tall, looking side to side, deep breathing, and relaxing while we do this. Chin to chest and look straight up, stretching out the front of the neck. Getting in tune with your body, assessing each segment as we work our way down. And now ears to shoulders, stretching out the sides of the neck. Big shoulder circles, thinking about the collarbone and the scapula, our shoulder blades. And go ahead and switch directions. Excellent work. Arms straight, same leg goes back in a kickstand. Draw big backward circles with your arm. Brush up that bicep close to your ear. Isolate the shoulder and relax as best you can. And go ahead and switch directions. Forward, nice and easy, isolating the shoulder, making sure to breathe. Excellent work. Go ahead and switch sides. Arm is straight, same leg goes back in a kickstand, big backward circles. Try to isolate the shoulder and relax as best you can in this position. And switch directions going forward. Great job. Getting in a relaxing stance, pivoting on your feet, doing some torso twist, opening up the chest, leading with the eyes, stretching out those shoulders, getting into a little bit more dynamic movement here. Excellent work. Hands on your hips, draw big circles with your pelvis, making sure to breathe still, relaxing, nourishing our body before we get into our training. And switch directions. Nice work. Take a narrow stance. Up the center, knee taps, as shown. Bring your hands out to the side. Touch your knees to your hands, mimicking a squat with your hips. And now have opposite knee to opposite hand. A little bit of rotation exercises for your hips. Excellent work. Get into your squat stance. Knees in line with the toes, sink into your hips. Push the floor away, stand up tall. 5 repetitions. That's 2. 3 more. Excellent. Good job. 3 slow burpees. Sink into your hips, transition to the floor, shoulder tap each side, sink back into your hips, stand up nice and tall. Excellent work. 2 more like that. Sink down, transition to the floor, shoulder tap each side, push the floor away, sink into your hips, and stand up nice and tall. 1 more. Sink, floor, shoulder tap, and stand back up. Excellent work. Take a narrow stance. 5 reverse lunge and knee raise each side. Use whatever range of motion your body will allow. Root that front foot. Try to keep a tall posture, and as always, engage your core. Finish up on the one side, do the same thing for your other leg. Narrow stance, lunge back, drive that knee up. Warming up the body before our training. Great work. Feet together, reach for the floor, toe touch, come up nice and tall, and do 3 big wrist circles. Exhale, come down, toe touch, come up, big inhale, and 3 wrist circles. 2 more like that. Reach down. Come on up, stretch out the wrists. Last one. Excellent. Gently get on the ground into this crab position. Chest high, shoulders down. Push your hamstrings towards your heels. A little bit of reverse tabletop rocking. Breathe, relax. Just a few more. Narrow stance into our stationary march. Reach back with the one arm, drive up with the opposite knee. A little coordination here. Nice wide stance, adductor stretch. This is the last sequence. Hinge back, reach down, stand up tall. Hinge back, reach down, stand up tall. Continue. Great job on that warm-up. Time for phase 2, our core activation. Lay flat on your back, listen to my cues, here we go. Stiffen the midsection, think pelvic tilt. Bring the ribs down to the pelvis. Stay tight, this should feel like work. Get your legs up, fingertips on your temples. Breathe out as we crunch. Focus on the core. Excellent work. Knees bent, feet flat, drive hard with the heels, static bridge. We're gonna hold it up there. Think about the glutes. Engage the glutes. Bring your arms underneath your butt. Keep a slight bend in your knees if you have to. Bring those legs up, breathe out, stiffen the midsection. We're doing our leg raises. If you feel this in your back, bend your knees a bit more and focus on that pelvic tilt position. Last but not least, let's get into side plank, either from your knees or in full position. Drive your elbow in, reach through the hole you create, and up to the ceiling. 5 reps like this each side. Keep your hips high, make sure to breathe. Think about the obliques, drive that elbow into the ground. Go ahead and switch sides. Same thing. Thread the needle, hips high. Open up that chest, drive your elbow into the ground. Nicely done. Take a short break, take a few deep breaths, laying flat on your back. Get ready for round 2. Stiffen the midsection, pull the ribs down towards your hips, and let's get this going. Set yourself up, fingertips on temples, legs up in the air, crunch. Knees bent, feet flat, drive the heels in, hold the bridge. Bring your hands underneath your hips, slight bend in the knees, raise your legs up and breathe out, focusing on the midsection. Last but not least, getting into side plank. Hips high, core tight, thread the needle, reach up. Go ahead and switch sides and do the same thing, nice and controlled. Go for it. Excellent work on the core activation. Hopefully you're feeling that in the trunk muscles. Time for our coordination. Standing up nice and tall, take a narrow stance, very similar to our crossover knee taps. We're going to hold this position for a few seconds and return to the ground. Switch sides. The slower, the better. Try to hold that balanced position. Knee crosses the midline, taps the hand. Try to drive your knee through your palm and resist it with your palm. This is tying the body together. Do the best you can with this. Great balance, great coordination, tremendous drill here. Almost done. Good job. Get into tabletop position as if you were going to do a bear crawl, but we're not moving. Stagger the hands, keep the natural curves in your spine, hold this position right here. Pretend like you're balancing something heavy on your back. Take a baby step forward, hold. Almost done. And back on your feet. Good job. And now that we've warmed up thoroughly, pay attention as I explain to you what drill 1 is all about. You'll be getting cues for the first set only. Starting with our 2-hand swing, stiffen the core, hinge back, perform swings like you know how to do, diligently and thoroughly. Core tight, glutes engaged, lock out the knees, rip the handle apart. Without putting it down, we're going to get into the goblet squat. Knees in line with the toes, feet flat, lining up your elbows with your knees as best you can. Following this, zip up the stance, standing plank, around the body pass. This drill should look familiar. It's a variation of our injury prevention warm-up from earlier. On my cue, we will finish with the plank from our forearms. Tight fists, spine is neutral, stiffening the midsection. Finally, we will finish with the bird dogs. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, extending opposite, opposite. Here we go. We're doing 2 rounds. 3, 2, 1. Hinge back. Tight grip on the kettlebell. Drive with those heels, lock out the knees, keep your core tight, and rip that handle apart every repetition. Without putting it down, handle under the chin, elbows tucked in, squats. Push the floor away when we stand up tall. Every time you stand, stiffen the midsection. Nice work. Narrow stance, lower the weight around the body pass. Keep the bell moving. Switch directions. Excellent. Lower the weight, get into a plank on your forearms. Tight fist, neutral spine, stay tight. Perform some gentle neck nods to ensure you're not carrying excessive tension in the trap and the neck. Almost done. Good work. Get on all fours, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, bird dogs. Make sure to alternate. Keep going. Almost done. Great work. Take a few deep breaths, return to your feet. We are starting in 5 seconds. Here we go. Set up the 2-hand swing. Go for it. Transition to the goblet squat. Go. Narrow stance, lower the bell, around the body pass. Standing plank. Switch directions. Lower the weight safely. Get into a plank on your forearms. Pretend like you have the weight of the world on your back. Make sure to breathe. Perform some gentle neck nods to make sure the tension is in the midsection and not the traps. Almost done. Good job. Get on all fours. Time to alternate bird dogs. Go for it. Nicely done. Good job finishing drill 1. Pay attention as I explain to you what drill 2 is all about. Check out this demonstration before we start. At this point, you should be more comfortable with the clean. We hinge back, hike it back like a swing, elbows tucked in, fist is under the chin, and we hold it in the rack position. After this, we lunge and we press. Take your time with this drill. We swing it back, get it into that rack position. Keep your core tight. Use whatever range of motion for your lunge, like so, or all the way to the floor. One more demonstration here. We get it into the rack, we lunge with the opposite leg, and we press it up. After the 5th repetition, we're gonna perform 1 get down. Opposite leg goes back, keep an eye on the weight, lower, open up the front hip. We reach down, firmly plant that hand on the ground. We're gonna come back up and lower the weight safely. We're doing this for both sides. Follow along with my cues or refer to the description on the side. Hinge back, set it up. 1 clean. Reverse lunge. Stand tall and press. Excellent work. Re-clean the bell. 2. Lunge. Stand up and press. Excellent. Re-clean. 3. Lunge. Stand up and press. 2 more like that. Re-clean the bell. Get tight. Lunge. Stand up tall and press. Last one. Re-clean the bell. Core tight. Reverse lunge. Stand up and press. Hold. Narrow stance. Opposite leg goes back. Slowly lower. Keep an eye on the bell. Open up your hip. Reach down to the floor. Hold that position for a bit. And get back up into the lunge. Lower the weight safely. Good job. Shake things out. Same thing for the other side. Get into your clean. Hike it back. Tight. Reverse lunge. Stand up and press. Good job. Re-clean it. Tight, tight. Reverse lunge. Stand up and press. 2. Re-clean. Core tight. Reverse lunge. Stand up and press. 3. Looking good. Re-clean. Reverse lunge. Stand up tall. Press. 1 more. Re-clean. Reverse lunge. Stand tall and press. Hold. Narrow stance. Opposite leg steps back. Slowly lower. Keep an eye on the weight. Open up that front hip. Reach down for the ground. Hold. Get back into the kneeling position. Safely lower the weight. Nice. You're doing great. If it doesn't feel totally natural yet, don't worry, it will. Keep practicing. This is a great sequence for you. Shake things out, sip on some water if you need to. Return to your original side after 25 seconds. Try to do this one without my cues. Here we go. Set yourself up. Clean. Lunge. Press. Keep that sequence going. Time for one get down. Go for it. Excellent work. Shake things out. Mentally get ready for the other side. Set yourself up. Clean. Reverse lunge. And press. 4 more times, go. Time for 1 get down into the windmill. Go for it. Great job. That was not easy. We have a finisher coming up. If you have the juice, do it 2 times. Here we go. We're going to be performing the bottoms up swing. Hammer grip. Your free hand is close to your face for protection. We're driving that elbow underneath the weight, crushing the handle, and then slamming it back into our swing for 8 reps. Without putting it down, we're getting into our bent over row, holding this position for 10 seconds, activating those back muscles, and then getting into 10 repetitions of our rows. We're doing this for both sides. Then 20 jumping jacks. The heart rate will be quite high at this point. Following that, one more thing, into our push-up position. We're going to do 5 single arm planks, alternating like so. Nice little sequence for you. Starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Neutral grip, free hand protecting your face. Swing it back. 1, 2, core tight. 3, glutes tight. 4, crush that handle. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good job. Without putting it down, bent over row position. Hold the kettlebell back for 10 seconds. Think about your back muscles and your shoulders. Now, 10 rows. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Same thing for the other side. Set it up. Neutral grip, hinge back. 1, crush the handle. 2, elbow under the kettlebell. 3, 4, squeeze those glutes. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bent over row position. 10-second hold. Chest high, back flat. Nice work. Get into 10 rows now. 3. That's 4. 5. 5 more. Excellent work. 20 jumping jacks. Keep going. Excellent work. Get into your push-up position, wide stance with the feet. 1 hand behind the back for 5 each side. That's 2. 3, stay tight. 4. And 5. Excellent. Great job on finishing week 10. If you have the juice, repeat that finisher for another set. As always, if you feel these are not intense enough, you might want to consider getting a heavier weight. You might want to repeat a certain aspect of this video. You might want to add in an extra session throughout your week. As always, revisit the other videos throughout your week. Refer to that potential schedule. Keep crushing it. I'm here for questions. I'm here for concerns, any comments. If you're having trouble with any of the exercises, send me a quick video to check your form on your WhatsApp group, okay? Week 10, done and dusted. Good job. We will see you next week for week 11. I can't believe it. Have a great day.